Before we begin, I just need to address a few things. 1. The adaptation was delayed for a year due to my personal life being busy, other projects I've worked on, struggling to find perfect VAs, etc. 2. I was originally going to use one of the Thomas of Friends maps in Roblox for this video, but the problem with this map is that it doesn't have exactly what I need. Thus this project was left forgotten until I finally got Trains 2019 and decided to use it to film for this video instead. And 3. This adaptation was filmed during my first practice filming in Trains. I do apologise for any inconvenience. I hope you all understand and enjoy it nonetheless. Thank you for understanding and enjoy! Toby and Henrietta have worked together for many years. But both were getting old and in need of repairs, especially Henrietta. It was decided that she was to be sent to the works, which made both her and Toby feel very sad.
Don't worry, Toby. I'll be back soon. Better than ever before.
Soon they were away and Toby was left to find other coaches in the meantime. He found a pair of old green coaches that hadn't been touched for a long time. Toby hadn't met these coaches before. The other Rangers never cared to use them. Toby soon found out why.
I say,
said the leading coach.
we're having a wonderful rest until you came along.
Yes, my dear,
said the other coach.
leave us be. There's a good engine.
Toby frowned.
That's a poor attitude. We have passengers to take up the line. Now come along.
Oh, all right.
Don't be such a fusspot.
The coaches chimed in unison. Toby, with great effort, dragged the coaches to the platform. The passengers filled into the compartments and soon the train was full. Much fuller than the coaches would have liked.
We're fit to burst.
Stuff and nonsense. They're only passengers after all.
Noisy, clumsy, heavy passengers.
We'd rather be in our nice warm siding.
Toby was furious. He had never met such stubborn coaches. Soon the guard's whistle came and it was time to leave.
You can concern yourself with resting with our work is done.
We don't want to go.
And
And
you
you can't make us.
We'll see about that.
Toby seethed. He pulled with great effort, but the coaches only crept along, their brakes squealing terribly.
Oh!
You're hurting us.
Goodness!
The coaches cried. Toby rolled his eyes.
Come on!
Toby said, and gave another great heave. Finally, the coaches gave up, and they were on their way. The coaches came along well at first, but soon began to grumble.
Horrible engine.
Menacing engine.
They said,
We are delicate coaches and need our rest.
Soon they started up Gordon's Hill, and the coaches became rather upset.
Too steep!
We're exhausted.
Yes, we need a rest!
You strained us too much.
Not a chance.
Toby said. But the coaches didn't care what he said. They turned their brakes hard on, and soon the train came to a screeching halt right in the middle of Gordon's Hill.
I can't believe it.
Toby said with feeling.
Never in my life I have met such lazy coaches.
Lazy? Lazy? We'll show you.
They said. They let their brakes off and their weight pulled Toby down the hill. Soon they settled at the bottom, leaving Toby red in the face and very cross.
Don't you look silly now?
Who's pulling who?
The passengers had had quite enough.
Wait till the Fat Controller hears about this.
The Fat Controller sat in his office drinking tea when the telephone rang. Toby? On Gordon's Hill? Right, he said, and he seized his hat. When the Fat Controller arrived, he was accosted by the mob of angry passengers standing outside the coaches.
Good. Maybe the Fat Controller will tell this silly engine to go away and let us go back to our siding.
But the coaches were surprised to find the Fat Controller and the passengers turn on them instead. Listen very well, you coaches, the Fat Controller said. Coaches who take advantage of engines and passengers are not coaches fit to work on my railway. I do not tolerate laziness.
Lazy?
The coaches fumed.
It's that Matchbox tram engine you should be yelling at.
He hurt us.
Good, because Toby would never discipline coaches unless they deserve it. He did nothing wrong. The coaches were aghast. Soon, Thomas came to take the passengers the rest of the way. The coaches were taken away, and Toby slunk back to his shed feeling very silly. Henrietta returned a few days later, and Toby told her the whole story.
Those coaches behaved like common trucks.
I hope I never to pull coaches like them ever again. I'm glad to have you back.
Toby and Henrietta were glad to be back together again. After she got settled, Toby took Henrietta on a run through the countryside. As they passed the farm, Toby couldn't be sure, but he could have sworn that the new hen houses looked suspiciously like those old coaches.